Today we are going to learn how to make homemade muffins, and you can put anything in them. So the ingredients we need are sugar, baking powder, milk, and 1 egg, oil, and flour. And then you also need an extra filling of your choice. It can be fruit, it can be chocolate chips, frozen fruit works great, like frozen blueberries. You can put raisins, anything like that. I have diced apples here. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is measure out our ingredients into a stand mixer like this. You can also mix it in a bowl, but it's just going to be easier to do it in the mixer. Move my stuff out of the way. You need flour first. Okay, so we need 2 cups of flour. I am using all-purpose flour. You can use whole wheat flour or all-purpose flour. Any of those will work fine. So we have 2 cups. We also need a 1/4 cup of sugar. The sugar, you really don't need that much, so that's why we're only putting a 1/4 cup in. If you're not putting any toppings in, like I'm putting fruit in, you'll probably want to do about 1/2 cup because fruit really is sweet. It adds its own sweetness. The next ingredient is baking powder. We need 3 teaspoons of baking powder. We need 3/4 cup of milk. You also need a 1/3 cup of olive oil. You can also use butter for this, but you want the butter to be softened. Oil is just easier because it doesn't have to be softened before, and it mixes in better. And then we finally need 1 egg. Again, I'm going to put the mixer down, or you're just going to get a spoon, and you're going to mix it up until everything's incorporated. Okay, when everything's mixed together, the last thing you add is about a cup of other toppings. So this can be a mix of things like apples, frozen blueberries, other frozen fruit, other fruits, chocolate chips, raisins, other dried fruit, anything you want. And you're going to put about a cup of this in. Okay, and then we're going to mix it up one last time, just on the lowest setting you have. Okay, so I'm going to show you what this looks like. So it's pretty pulled together. It's not like cake batter where it's all runny. It's quite thick. So this is what it should look like. It should stay on a spoon pretty easily, and you want to be able to scoop it easily. So I'm going to put away my ingredients, and then we'll scoop these into a muffin pan. Okay, the next thing to do is to grease a muffin tin. I'm just using a standard size one, just like this. So you can use butter. I'm going to use this spray-on avocado oil, or you can use any other spray-on oil. It just works faster and easier. So I'm just going to go ahead and spray all of these. And then another thing that works really well, because I'm not using muffin cups, is to take a little bit of flour and just lightly sprinkle it over. And then you're going to go over a sink and shake the extra out. And some of it will stick to the oil or butter you just put in, but the flour will help keep things from sticking to the pan. Okay, the next step before we start scooping our muffins is to preheat the oven. You want to do this for about like 5-10 minutes just to get it warmed up. And you want to preheat it to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's the temperature muffins will cook at. So the next step is to start scooping. I'm using an ice cream scoop. You can use a spoon too. Okay, so I finished scooping my muffins. And it should make anywhere from 8 to 12 muffins if you're using a standard size muffin tin. Once you have these all scooped out, and it's okay if you have more or less because yours might be a different size than mine, you're going to put them in the oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 to 25 minutes. At about 15 minutes, you're going to want to switch the pan around so that they evenly cook. And you're going to want to start checking them at 20 minutes. And the way you check it is you're going to insert a toothpick into it. And if it comes out clean, they're done. As you can see, these haven't cooked at all. And there's batter on the toothpick. So you can see that's how you know they're not done. So I'm going to put these in at 375 for 20 minutes. Okay, so my muffins are done cooking. They've been cooking for about 20 minutes at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. And when you put a toothpick in, and I put it all the way down to the bottom, whoops, it comes out clean. So to take them out of the pan, you want to let it cool for a couple minutes. And then you can just put a fork around the edge and pull it out. And it should come out pretty easy. So you can see they're solid and they're golden brown around the edges. So they're ready to eat. So you can freeze these for a couple months. You can put them in the fridge or you can just eat them right away.